What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Season 2 of the Rentish Podcast. I'm Zach, and I'm here with my co-host, Patrick.
We're two rookies chasing the dream of real estate investing. In this podcast, we'll talk about property management, wild stories, and everything in between. We don't know it all yet.
But that's the point. We're learning as we go, just like you. We'll bring in the experts to educate and inform us, and we'll figure it out together. So let's laugh, learn, and dive into real estate side by side.
I'm going to be honest. I was so close to saying what up again.
I know. Well, I can hear it in your tone of voice because you always go, we're two rookies, and you're like, you just can't help yourself.
I'm frantically trying to find the tab with the intro, which I totally have memorized.
Frantically. Just clicking through every tab. Yeah. Where's the file? Where's the file? No, well, I'm glad you're here. Glad you didn't say what up, but, RIP to the what up.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
we're professionals now.
We are professionals. How's your day going?
It's good. College professor asked me to come in and speak to his class, and they did not care at all.
Yeah, really? Did they ask you to speak about property management and real estate?
I talked about, no, it wasn't specifically about that. I was just kind of like working after college and in media, actually. And so I talked about the podcast and how I'm kind of working in media with the podcast.
Yeah, true media professionals over here. You're like, where's the document? I can't find the document. I work in media. Well, that's good.
I plugged the Rentish podcast, so maybe some juniors in college who have a portfolio.
Our target demo. That's our target demo right there. Is like kids that can't afford their buy property.
Who knows? Maybe one of them is actually going to listen to this episode. Hi.
We'll see. Well, hey, thank you for listening. If you are listening to this episode and you were one of the kids that Patrick was teaching earlier today, feel free to email your question over to questions@therentishpod.com. While you're doing stuff on your computer device, go ahead and follow us on your podcast platform of choice. Just search for The Rentish Pod and you'll find us there. Like us, hit the subscribe button if you can, and there's like a little notification thing on your podcast services. Go ahead and click that so that you're notified when new episodes drop of the show. And follow us on socials at The Rentish Pod.
Phenomenal segue, Zach.
Thank you very much. I'm nothing if I'm not a good seguer. That's pretty much what college taught me. All right, well, we got a jam-packed episode. We're going to do Proptology and talk about the Willis Tower, but we're also going to play a game. So we're going to flip the script, though. Patrick has a game that he's going to play with me.
Yeah, I wish I was the one playing, but it's okay. I'll be.
You got to be fair. You got to trade off. You can't play all the games.
I'll be the facilitator of fun this time. I'll let you have the fun. I'll facilitate that.
The FOF. The facilitator of fun. I'm the FOF.
I love that.
Well, we're going to talk about the Willis Tower in Proptology.
Sweet.
So, are you familiar with the Willis Tower?
Duh.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like it's a pretty famous tower.
Yeah,
right?
It's a pretty famous tower.
Yeah.
Well, some people might not even know. I mean, it's like we're getting, I'm getting older, but like for a long time when I was a kid, it was not known as the Willis Tower. So I think if you told someone, do you know what the Willis Tower is? I bet you there's still a bunch of Americans out there, people around the world that just don't know what it is. Still.
That's fair.
Maybe one of the most significant building name changes in history.
Yeah, I don't really I was really young when that happened. Yeah. I remember my mom kind of like saying, I forget if I don't know if she was pissed off or what, but it was like, I just remember being a kid and being like as like a little, like, who cares? It is the name of a building, Yeah.
It was like when Paul Brown Stadium became Paycor Stadium.
Oh, was that a big deal? I wasn't in Cincinnati at that time.
Was that a big deal? Yeah,
it was a big
deal. Named after the founder of the team, Paul Brown Stadium. It was that name for a long time, and then all of a sudden the company bought the naming rights and changed it to Paycor.
Yeah.
Which is just the absolute worst. By the way, no producer Muse here on this episode. Instead, we have co-producer Elliot, who's hanging out. He still doesn't have a mic, so you just have to trust that he's there. Feel his spirit. Can you feel it? Okay.
Weren't you like upset about the HBO Max name change?
I wasn't really upset about it, more so than I thought that it was just the silliest thing ever. It's so HBO is our premier streaming service, and we've been called HBO Max for years. Now we're just gonna change it to Max. I was like, that is literally the lamest name that you could possibly go with. And it was such a bad decision that they changed it back like a couple months later.
Yeah, I recall. I remember you were wearing your HBO Max shirt, and we're like, we're so back.
We're back. I've got my HBO Max shirt.
What are your thoughts on the Willis?
What are my thoughts on the Willis Tower?
Name change.
Let me go ahead and give the introduction. that's been rolling for about 10 minutes now.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, we got to get with it.
The Willis Tower, formerly known, of course, as the Sears Tower. That was that whole discussion leading up to that one sentence. Is one of the most iconic landmarks in Chicago and probably one of the most recognizable skyscrapers in the world. Standing tall at 1,450 feet, not including the antennas, it held the title of world's tallest building for nearly 25 years after its completion in 1973. Visitors today can experience Skydeck Chicago on the 103rd floor, offering breathtaking views across 4 states. And if you're feeling brave, you can step onto the Ledge, a glass balcony that extends 4.3 feet outside the building.
That's very ominous. The Ledge.
The Ledge.
The Ledge.
So, Patrick, you've been to Chicago.
Yes.
You've seen the Willis Tower, but you've not been inside.
Yeah, I've seen it from the ground. I've never been up in it. Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
I've been to Chicago many times. Of course, I've seen the building many times, and I went in it once. I went up to the sky deck once.
Was it cool?
It's a view of Chicago. I love Chicago.
Yeah.
Beautiful city, lots of fun stuff to do, great food, great culture. The lake is pretty. So it's like if you go up in the Willis Tower, you're going to see a good view of a bunch of buildings, skyscrapers, the flat sprawl of the Chicagoland area, which always has been the craziest thing to me. Is just like Chicago just goes on.
Yeah.
Forever. Like it's like burbs and burbs and burbs, and it just like stretches on forever. But it's a cool view, but it's not necessarily, it's kind of like how, so I've been up in the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
You pay all this money to go up in the Eiffel Tower, and then you're looking at a view that's not really, Paris's skyline is defined by the Eiffel Tower.
Right.
So when you're in it, it's not like, you're like, oh, it's just a city.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a cool view. You're high up there, but also kind of Chicago looks to me a very specific way, and that's like the long strip, all the big buildings.
Right.
And the Willis Tower is like a defining object in that skyline. So
right.
It's a cool view. I will say the Ledge is pretty freaky.
Yeah, I definitely could not do that.
I'm not really even that afraid of heights. Like roller coasters don't bother me. Skyscrapers, nothing, doesn't really bother me whatsoever. But I will say that it is very unnerving stepping out onto clear glass.
Yeah.
And like just seeing nothing below you.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I had, have you ever heard of the movie called Vertigo?
Yeah. Oh, I love Vertigo. I saw it in 70 millimeter like film print.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. I love that movie so much.
Yeah, I was getting
exactly
real like the dolly, whatever.
Yeah,
that
the dolly zoom.
Yeah, the dolly zoom. Yeah, when you step on the ledge, it's like, and then your stomach starts turning a little bit. Yeah, the Willis Tower. So a little bit of history facts. You want some history?
I love history.
That convinced me. The building was commissioned by Sears, Roebuck and Co. Then, at the time, the world's largest retailer, who wanted a headquarters to house its 350,000 employees. Construction began in 1970, designed by architect Bruce Graham and structural engineer Fazlur Rahman Khan, which is a kick-ass name, of the firm Skidmore, Owings, and Merrill. Khan's revolutionary bundled tube structural system, that's like the wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man emporium or whatever. It allowed the tower to rise higher than any building before it, while also using less steel than the Empire State Building.
So it premiered like a new sort of building technique.
Seems like it, yeah.
Okay.
And there's a lot of really cool little like facts about the building itself and how its structural system kind of plays into it being a really tall building.
Yeah.
It officially opened in 1973 as the Sears Tower, was renamed the Willis Tower in 2009 after a London-based insurance broker, Willis Group Holdings, leased a significant portion of the building. And since Sears...
Poor Sears.
Not around anymore.
Yeah.
I remember Sears, though. Were you old enough to remember
I've
going to a Sears
been in a
store?
Sears a couple times. I was a wee lad. So, yeah, I don't remember how old I couldn't have been more than 10 the last time I went to Sears.
Okay.
I don't remember, like, what was it? Like,
it was an everything store.
Kind of like Walmart, but right? But, like, a little bit more?
It had more of an emphasis on home goods and appliances.
So,
like,
right.
I remember being at a Sears when I was very young, and my parents were buying our first, like, a new washing and drying machine. And so you would, like, walk through the aisles of, like, all this bright, shiny tech and, like, different stuff and, like, new home design stuff. Like, top of the line vacuum cleaner sucks anything in seconds. And it's like, you have things like that or whatever. But it's like, yeah, they famously went bankrupt, right? I think the company went bankrupt.
Yeah,
and now they're just completely gone. So
what about Kmart? That's another one, right?
I think Kmart still exists.
Okay, is that in a similar category as Sears?
Kmart I would say is more like grocery aligned, while Sears is a lot more utility aligned. I would say home goods, lamps, shades, fans, ceiling fans, vacuums, and then like Elliot said, like the house building kits or whatever, you could buy stuff through there. I remember like it was a joke in like The Simpsons, like, oh, are you registered at Sears? Like couples that were getting married or whatever would be like, that would be like a big registry place for couples. Okay.
Well, so not only did Sears go bankrupt, they also lost their tower name.
They also lost the tower name.
That's sad.
It is sad. I remember that being a big news story. I mean, like 2009 must have been a slow news year, but yeah, I definitely remember that being a thing. Like everyone was like, "What? They're renaming that?" But it's like it was always the Sears Tower.
Was it? Yeah. Was it like a big deal because people were like, "Oh, poor Sears. They just can't catch a break."
I think I don't know why. I think it was just like a bit. It's like a historic American fixture. Yeah. One of the most important, biggest, well-known buildings in the country suddenly gets a name change. It would be like them deciding that the Empire State Building was now
Google
called
Google.
That is perfect.
Oh my, that would be.
What would be the worst company to buy the Empire State Building?
Nestle Tower.
Nestle Tower. That's funny. I was thinking like it's got to be like some crappy insurance company, like Acrisure Tower or something like that. Like that would be really bad.
The Rentish Tower. We should see if we can.
Well, yeah, we'll put a bid. We're in Empire State Building. If you're looking, we're interested. But yeah, while the name change was met with quite a bit of backlash, many Chicagoans still affectionately call it the Sears Tower to this day. I know that for a fact. I know that there's still a lot of people that are just like out of force of habit. Yeah. Still refer to it as the Sears Tower.
It's like Twitter and X.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. It is kind of. All right, some more fun facts about the building. It was once the tallest building in the world. From 1973 to 1998, the Sears Tower reigned as the world's tallest building until it was surpassed by the Petronas Towers in Malaysia. I thought a Petronas was a thing that you conjured to ward off the demons.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I have no idea what that word is. But
Expecto Patronus.
Are you sure that you're thinking? Are you thinking of exorcism?
I was thinking of Harry Potter.
Oh.
They cast a Patronus charm, which is your animal.
Yeah, okay. I'm not.
That wards off the Dementors.
I'm not deep enough in the lore like you.
I don't even know what the Patronus Towers are in Malaysia.
I didn't know
I've never heard of that before.
I thought the Burj Khalifa was the tallest.
Well, I think it was at the time, in 1998, the Patronus Towers surpassed it.
Okay, yeah, this looks pretty tall. The Patronus.
Professional opinion, looks pretty tall.
I'll verify that fact.
Yeah, please verify.
Based on this Google image.
At the top of the tower, you can see 4 states from the top. On a clear day, visitors at the sky deck can see Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, and Michigan.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's pretty cool. However, you have to imagine, not that many clear days in Chicago. Lake effect city, lots of clouds.
We call it the Windy City, right?
Call it the big old Windy City. That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
And fun fact, you just led me right into the next bullet point, Pat. So give yourself a pat on the back. It sways in the wind. The top of the tower can sway up to 3 feet in high winds.
Oh, man.
But don't worry, it's designed for it. Skyscrapers like the Willis Tower are designed to be slightly flexible as to not break under the stress.
Okay.
I don't think 3 feet is enough that you would feel it.
Okay.
Like, it's probably just the most minor of, like, shifting going around up there, but it's like...
That seems feelable to me. 3 feet, that's like this big. If I sway, I'm going to sway 3... I'm going to sway 3 feet right now. Okay? I felt that.
You just almost knocked the chair over. Yeah, true, but like you have to imagine like when the whole building is all connected and there's like a flat floor and support beams and stuff like that. It's like, you know, the outside may like, you know, it may like move or whatever, but it's not. I don't think it's like like moving like I don't think it's wiggling. I think it's like probably like big burst of air. It would probably and then reset back to its normal
spot.
It's
like the Earth is going around the sun at like, you know, hundreds of millions of miles per hour or something, but like we don't feel it. Is it like, yeah.
We're just chilling.
Some scientific.
Yeah. We're
just
chilling.
It makes, all right. I believe it.
Yeah, so the elevators are also lightning fast. Some of the tower's elevators travel at speeds of 1,600 feet per minute or 18 miles per hour. That's pretty crazy. I don't really remember the elevator ride being like that specifically speedy.
Wow.
Not quite like Tower of Terror vibes. You know what I mean? That'd be pretty freaky. The ledge attracts thrill seekers. This was actually added in 2009. The ledge's glass boxes let you step out and look straight down. And you said you wouldn't do this.
No, absolutely not. I'm not a fan of heights in that way. No, thank you. My legs are shaking just thinking about it.
No money in the world?
I mean, no, you can give me money.
How much money?
Like, it wouldn't take that much money, actually.
$50. You have to stand there, look directly down, and face outside for 5 minutes.
$50. 75, we got a deal.
Okay, 75.
Okay.
We'll have to look at. Maybe we'll do episode 100 of the Rentish live from the Willis Tower.
I feel like if we say that every time we talk about a building and there's no shot,
we're trying to drum up interest.
Oh yeah. Oh, whoops. Yeah. Whoops. Let's do that.
And another fun fact: it has its own zip code. The Willis Tower is so massive that it was assigned its own zip code, 60606. In case you were curious.
Oh, that's crazy.
Remove those zeros. Bum, bum, bum. You got a problem. And then the thing that'll probably be good for us to talk about, Hollywood loves it. The tower has appeared in many, many films, probably the most famous of them being Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which is probably also the most famous Chicago movie that exists.
I'd say so.
Transformers Dark of the Moon and The Dark Knight, where it served as Wayne Enterprises building, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You had a take about Transformers before we started.
No, I really have a take. I was just like, seeing Transformers Dark of the Moon when I was 11 years old was awesome. And you were over here just like pooping on the Transformers movies.
It's like CG action figures banging against each other.
Yeah, it's sweet when you're 11 years old.
It's sweet.
Yeah, the movie's probably terrible now, but
When was the last time you tried to watch them?
Again, I was very young.
Oh, so you haven't revisited them?
No,
they don't have a Criterion collection of Transformers
I've
yet.
seen the first Transformers more recently, like when I was in high school. I still thought it was good.
Okay, interesting.
But I do remember, like, because there was like a whole 45-minute battle scene in Chicago. Yep. I do remember him pointing out the Willis Tower, and that was probably like the first time me hearing it after knowing about the change. And I was like, oh, they're respecting the name change.
It's like, meet us at the Bumblebee. We have to meet at the Willis Tower. And it's like, well, it was the Sears Tower, but they renamed it last year. So we meet at the Willis Tower, but it used to be the Sears Tower. And you're like in the theater, like, whoa, okay. I learned so much in that short amount of time. I mean, The Dark Knight. I mean, that might be.
Dark Knight, yeah. So it's
might be the most iconic, like Wayne Enterprises being like a staple in Gotham City. That's a pretty cool effective view. I mean, like if you drive around Chicago in any respect, in any area of town, you can immediately notice, like if you watch the Nolan trilogy of Batman movies, like so much of the striking similarities in like the buildings and the tunnels and the bridges and the train and the tower. It's like that city does kind of feel like Gotham when you're in it.
Yeah, or the Dark Knight trilogy feels like Chicago in some ways. Like, I mean, we're getting way off on a different tangent here, but I think the Batman, like Gotham and the Batman, feels more like, to me, like a distinct city of Gotham.
Right, yeah. I mean, like, Nolan's version of Batman is always going to be linked with the city of Chicago.
Yeah.
While the Matt Reeves' version of Gotham is much more like, it kind of doesn't even feel like a real...
Right.
It's kind of like it's like he just created this place that never existed before, and it's, So,
I think
it's
we're
cool.
on the same page.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, a couple more things here. Oh, Ferris Bueller. I mean, like, what more needs to be said? Love that movie.
Great movie.
It's classic.
It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite John Hughes movie though.
Oh no way! What Breakfast Club?
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Duh. Followed by. It's been a while since I've seen some of them. But
that seems like I might be a normie, but that seems like a hot take to me.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Being the best John Hughes movie.
That movie is amazing.
Over the Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club is great. I like
16
Breakfast Club.
Candles.
Yeah. I mean, I liked 16 Candles when I saw. Like, I would say, definitely Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, followed by Breakfast Club or Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and probably a toss-up, I would say.
Wow.
What else did he do? 16 Candles.
Can't Hardly Wait.
I didn't see that one. I haven't seen some of his, like Uncle Buck. I haven't not seen that.
Oh, you've never seen Uncle Buck?
No.
That's a good movie. I didn't know John Hughes directed Uncle Buck.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here. That's hilarious. I love that movie. Last couple fun trivia facts here. Speaking of your fear of heights, Patrick, base jumpers just can't resist it.
Yeah.
In 1981 and again in the early 2000s, thrill seekers parachuted off the buildings, Both people were arrested shortly after landing, which I think is funny. They're like, yeah! And then they get like cuffed and put in the car immediately once they hit the
Oh, that sounds terrifying.
So you wouldn't base jump? How much money would it take you to base
that
jump
would take
off the...
so much money.
Have you ever...
So much money.
So have you ever... No skydiving for you?
No, I'm not... No.
What about bungee jumping?
Like, what do you mean like jump off a bridge or something?
Sure,
No,
yeah.
I'm not doing that. I'm not. One of my friends like wanted to go skydiving for his bachelor trip, and me and one of my friends were like, no, and everyone else is down. And then they broke up before getting engaged.
That is so not what I expected you to say.
Touch the bullet.
That's really funny. All right. Well, it's home to thousands of workers. The building's over 3.8 million square feet of office space and houses more than 100 different companies. Its lighting reflects the Chicago spirit, and if you're in Chicago, you'll see the tower's antennas are lit in different colors to celebrate holidays, sports victories, and causes, turning the skyline into a giant message board. And that is the Willis Tower.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stop overpaying for property management software. Inago gives you everything: applications, screening, lease signing, rent collection for free. It's a powerful, full-featured platform trusted by thousands of landlords with no fees or contracts. Sign up at inago.com today. That's INNAGO.com/podcast.
So with the name change, I'm assuming that did Sears have all of their offices? Like, was the entire tower all Sears employees, or did they also...
When they built this tower, originally constructed it, Sears did intend for it to be completely comprised of Sears Corps.
Okay.
And then...
But then slowly over time, they had to... Yeah, okay.
Yep, then
that
the roller coaster dipped down. And
so I'm assuming that's how naming towers work. Then you don't own everything in the tower, but you might own the naming rights if you're a majority
stakeholder or something like that, sure. Maybe. Seems like it.
Okay.
All right. Chicago. Shout out Chi City. Love me some Chicago. Love the best, one of the best cities in the Midwest.
I want a hot dog now.
Yeah, me too. Italian beef, dipped Italian beef.
Ooh. Woo.
Sweet mercy. All right. About to transition over to the real estate game that Patrick has to play for me, but hold on a second. There's an incoming transmission that I'm getting, Patrick. This just in, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming for an urgent update on this episode of Where in the World is Our Producer Mousse? Reports suggest Mousse was last spotted mediating a heated HOA debate over whether flamingo lawn ornaments count as structural improvements. Moments later, witnesses say he was knee-deep in a basement trying to prove that, yes, that water feature is not an amenity, it's a leak. And finally, unconfirmed rumors place him showing a studio apartment so small the tenants have to step outside just to change their minds. Oh, and insiders confirm he's also off somewhere perfecting his stand-up comedy routine. Apparently, losing the work fantasy league last year has turned him into a punchline machine in search of redemption. And that's the latest on our missing producer. We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.
I was not expecting that.
No.
Well, now that we're back from that,
that very important news bulletin.
Yes, this segment is called Real Estate True or False. That's pretty dry. We're getting lazy here with these segment names.
Well, Mousse's not here to like live pitch names on these segments, so we have a Real Estate True or False.
Real Estate True or False, yes.
And last episode was Listing or Lie.
Listing or Lying.
Listing or Lying.
That one's good. That
is pretty good.
Real Estate True or False is real estate or fake estate. That's maybe.
Go ahead and ask.
Okay, so 2 of these are true. 1 of them's a lie. I'm gonna give you 3 of these, and you can tell me if the one I read is true or if it's.
I've played this game before. I think I got it locked in.
All right. The first statement is a hard money loan is typically provided by private investors or companies instead of banks.
Okay.
The second one is hard money loans usually have lower interest rates than conventional mortgages.
Okay.
And the third statement is hard money loans are often used for short-term investments like fix and flip projects. So 2 truths, 1 lie. Do you want me to reread any of those?
No, I'm just going to kind of talk it out. So hard money is that is an aggressive sounding real estate term, which makes me think that it has something to do with like I don't know, this is silly, I'm just talking it out, like the term cold hard cash, like it's literally just like get money or take money or here is money. And the third one you read was like someone providing cash up front. So my instinct wants to say number 3 is the truth and the other 2 are the lies.
Well, there's 2 truths. So you didn't.
Oh, there's 2 truths.
Yeah.
Is that one of the truths?
I was explaining the rules. You're like, I know this game. I played this game.
Damn, I got burned. Well, I'm sorry about that.
So you think the third one, hard money loans are often used for short-term investments like fix and flip projects. You think that's true?
I think that that's one of the truths.
Okay, so you get one other truth then between a hard money loan is typically provided by private investors or companies instead of banks. And then number 2, hard money loans usually have lower interest rates than conventional mortgages. So
I think that it would hard money sounds like it would have a higher interest rate. So I'm going with the first one being the other truth.
And then the second one being
the second one's
lie.
the lie.
All right. We do have 2 truths and a lie, and you are absolutely 100% correct. Yeah. And yeah, you had the right. I mean, even that you kind of pieced together what a hard money loan was, but the logic was sound. A hard money loan is a short-term asset-based loan secured by real estate, typically funded by private lenders instead of traditional banks.
Got it.
Think of it as fast cash for investors. So again, the cold hard cash, like kind of being like a quick thing. So there are going to be higher interest rates and fees, but quicker approvals.
Okay.
Kind of sounds sketchy to me. Like, I don't know. Just
it sounds like I mean, you're taking a gamble, but or not a gamble, but like, I mean, you're taking a higher risk it's a higher risk one.
Yeah. Okay. That's probably better put than me just calling a whole term sketchy.
I don't know. It doesn't sound right to me, boss.
I don't know about this one, guys. But yeah, so the loan term is usually 6 to 24 months, which obviously much faster. The interest rates are often 8% to 15%.
Okay.
Which also seems higher than a typical, even higher, even a high interest rate with a bank, that's like higher than that.
Yep.
And then the common uses for fix and flip or bridge loans where speed matters more than long-term cost.
Bridge loan.
Yeah. No, a bridge loan actually is a short-term loan used until a person or company secures permanent financing or pays an existing obligation. So yeah, bridges you to a real loan, I guess.
The fix and flip thing is, I think, immediately the thing that I think summarizes this very well. So you're an investor, you want to quickly purchase a distressed property to be able to fund the renovations and then pay off the short-term loan after salivating it for a profit.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want to buy this home, I'm going to fix it immediately, I'm not going to sit on it, I'm just going to immediately buy it, immediately fix it, get the loan taken care of, and sell the property before I start accumulating that high interest.
So you make more of a quick buck than like, yeah, that totally makes sense, and that definitely seems like the intended use of a hard money loan. So,
cool.
All right, you crushed that. Term number 2.
Oh God, there's another one.
Yeah, there's more. You're not out of the woods. There's actually multiple more. So, all right, this term is earnest money. 2 truths and a lie. Again, 2 truths, 1 lie.
Can I guess what? I'm going to guess the definition is that some guy named Ernest has a bank account. Earnest's money.
Earnest money is a deposit a buyer makes to show they are serious about purchasing a property.
Okay.
Number 2, earnest money is always refunded to the buyer no matter what. And number 3, earnest money is applied toward the buyer's closing costs or down payment if the deal goes through.
So on the last time we played this game, you made a great point where you were like, definitives are always kind of a red flag for something not necessarily being true. Not always. Oftentimes. Well, tell you what, I'm going, that second one is the lie.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And you had the right. Yeah, I mean, it's a little too obvious of a lie when it's just like always or never, usually. Right.
So tell me what an earnest loan is.
So an earnest money.
Oh, sorry, earnest's money.
Yeah, earnest.
With an apostrophe, yeah.
Earnest money is like a good faith deposit made when a buyer's offer is accepted. It shows commitment to the purchase. I was actually talking about one of my buddies who just bought a house. And he was talking about, he's like, it wasn't a down payment. It was just to show that I'm serious about the house. And I didn't know what that term was. Literally last night I was FaceTiming my buddy Jack. And now I know. Had we done the podcast yesterday, I'd be like, well, Jack, it's actually not a deposit. It's earnest money.
I've never heard of that term before.
I haven't either. I'll add that to the list of terms that I should know. But yeah, the amount of earnest money, it's not obviously as high as a down payment,
right?
But it's usually 1% to 3% of the purchase price.
Okay, got it.
If the deal closes, it's credited toward the down payment and closing costs, so it's not just like sunk. like obviously if you're intending to buy the house, it's going to be used toward costs you have to pay anyways. If the buyer backs out without a valid contingency, then the seller may keep the earnest money. So
Interesting.
yeah, I think it's just like a safeguard to like, only keep people who are serious about a property from like, getting far enough into the process.
So do you think that earnest money is included in addition to closing costs, or is it usually lumped into like?
I don't think it's in addition. I think it's the thing that you pay first, and then as long as you don't back out, it's
part of everything else.
Part of the closing cash. It gets applied. Dang, I really wish I'd known that term yesterday. Literally, like less than 24 hours ago, I was in a situation where it's like, what's that called? It's not closing costs. Wow.
You could have educated your friend.
I know. All right, term number 3 is BRRRR.
What?
That's like literally the term. BRRRR. It's BRRRR. 4 R's. BRRRR. BRRRR.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Hussein's making up terms.
Is this a cold property?
BRRRR. Yes, it's when you buy a.
It's when you buy a house near the North Pole.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you the 3 statements. BRRRR. 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 4 R's.
The dog's barking out here.
BRRRR. Is a strategy where you flip a property and sell it immediately.
Okay.
BRRRR. Method is designed to recycle capital so investors can acquire more properties over time. And BRRRR stands for buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat.
What was the first one?
So BRRRR is a strategy where you flip a property and sell it immediately.
I think that's the lie.
What makes you say that?
Because the other two have a lot more like detail about them, and it's kind of like a process. The first one just doesn't sound like you would refer to it as anything other than like a buy and flip.
And the other two, with BRRRR's method is designed to recycle capital so investors can acquire more properties over time. And then BRRRR stands for buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat.
Yeah, I'm down with number 1 being the lie.
Yeah, okay, you're right. I was trying to sway you away from this because you're too good. But yeah, it's an investment strategy that helps investors scale quickly by reusing the same money. So
cool.
Rehab, rent, refinance, repeat, BRRRR. So yeah, you buy a property that's often undervalued. You rehab it to increase the value. You rent it out for steady income. You refinance to pull out equity, and you repeat it with another property.
Interesting.
So think of it as turning one stack of cash into a whole portfolio by reusing that stack of cash.
So, according to Wikipedia, in terms of BRRRR real estate, so in 1960, Eisenhower signed legislation establishing a new framework for income-producing real estate investment, merging the advantages of real estate ownership with those of stock-based investments. The legislation introduced the real estate investment trusts, allowing everyday Americans to access the benefits of commercial real estate investment, which had previously been limited to large financial institutions and wealthy individuals. And this, I guess this developed into this strategy? I have no idea. I've never heard of that term before.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a lot of R's.
It makes sense, yeah.
Makes sense.
It's not a great acronym, but BRRRR, I guess it kind of works.
BRRRR as in I'm cold, so.
I would love to hear like professional realtors or like real estate people being like I got some BRRRR to do.
Yeah, BRRRR loan. I wonder if they just say like, oh, it's a BRRRR loan.
Yeah, maybe BRRRR. BRRRR.
I doubt
like
that I doubt that they pronounce the letters individually. That might be a problem.
Yeah.
That might be a problem.
All right, and then the last one here.
Oh God, there's another one.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a jump scare.
Okay, first one, an appraisal contingency. That's the word, by the way.
Oh
An
boy.
appraisal contingency allows a buyer to renegotiate or walk away if the property is appraised lower than the purchase price. Number 2 is if waived, the buyer must still purchase the property at the agreed price, even if the appraisal is lower. And number 3 is appraisal contingency only protects the seller, not the buyer.
Again, I'm going to go with the extremes and say number 3 is the lie.
Yeah, you're right.
So did I get a perfect score?
Yeah, you crushed this, Zach. You did this. You did a good job. Yeah, so an appraisal contingency is a clause in the purchase agreement that protects buyers from overpaying. If the appraisal is less than the purchase price, then the buyer can renegotiate or back out without losing earnest money, which we now know what that means. If waived, the buyer is on the hook for the difference, often out of pocket. So think of it as a price check safeguard to make sure the home is worth what you agreed to pay.
Okay.
You did well.
Good to know.
You done good, kid.
You done? Yep. Now
What's
let's
that?
blow this thing and go home. All right, cool. Well, thank you for playing the game with me, Patrick. We'll see
I
if...
didn't get to play. You played. I facilitated.
Well,
I was the FOF.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for foffing me, and I appreciate you for leading that segment. And maybe one of these days when we get producer Musay back in the script writing scene, he's going to give us something that'll actually be a challenge. You hear that, Musay? You hear that while you're off gallivanting, doing all sorts of stuff and working on your stand-up routine? Okay. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Rentish Pod. It's been a fun one. Thanks for hanging out with me today, Patrick. Did you have a good time?
I had so much fun.
Oh, yeah. Clip that. Put that on socials. Yeah. Remember, follow the podcast at The Rentish Pod on social media. Email questions at therentishpod.com. Follow us on your podcast platform of choice. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and give us a review. 5 stars, 10 stars, a bajillion stars, whatever you'd like to do. We'd appreciate it. And tell your friends about The Rentish. If you have a friend that you're like, hey, this person owns an investment property, or maybe they're like a house flipper, or they do this, that, or the other, or they work in real estate, and it's like, they might enjoy getting a little chuckle on their morning drive to work by listening to Zach and Patrick talk about properties.
Then they're like, these morons.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening. If you've listened to this far into the show, it means a lot. We appreciate each and every one of you. And until next time, I've been Zach. That's been Patrick. I stuttered. I'm Zach. That's been Patrick. And we'll see you next time. The Rentish Podcast is recorded in Cincinnati, Ohio, hosted by Patrick Giro and me, Zach Rottello. Produced by Musay Gebermeskel and Charlene Mulchandani. Edited by Elliot Mongenis. Theme song by me, Zach Rottello. What if you had a network of mentors and peers to guide you through your toughest challenges? Cohorts is a private network of experienced investors who share lessons, insights, and support at every stage of growth. Whether you're managing 10 million or 1 billion in assets, Cohorts helps you build smarter and avoid costly mistakes. Learn more and join the community at joincohorts.com/podcast.